young people to have mentors to know who to turn to and why to.
Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Gabriel Deji, the host of this channel, and as usual we're going to have a very special guest on this episode. So today our special guest is James Appiah and he will introduce himself.
Hello everyone, my name is James Appiah and I'm the founder of the Elevation Network. I'm also the co-founder of Black Ivy Partners and I'm currently studying politics, economics and geography. I look to empower the youth and also to politically and economically increase the knowledge of the older generation as well as the younger generation.
Wow, that is something really powerful you just said. So when you're speaking about increasing the knowledge, I know that you've done this through the Elevation Network. So please tell me a bit about what that is and what you plan to do with that in the future.
Yeah, so the Elevation Network is currently still in its foundation, but what I got the Elevation Network from was actually from the Elevation course, which is a series of webinars I started during quarantine just to inspire and motivate young people.
Wow, so that is really powerful. So what impact do you hope that this Elevation Network is going to bring?
Yeah, so far with the Elevation calls, we've had some calls of over with 100 people. Usually we get like 80 to 90 people on each call. We've done like 6. So far the network consists of about 300 people, from the people from the webinars, the people signing up to our mailing list. And literally from the impact from the Elevation Network, I'm hoping to create an industry of communities. So what that basically means is that if you want to network with authors, I'll have a set network of authors. If you want to network with lawyers, I have a set network of lawyers. If you want to network with the tech team or people in tech, I have a set certain people from tech. And literally that all came about from just seeing different industries and seeing how people are multifaceted in different areas and how, like, if you can kind of create one company and have all of these different departments in it, then it will definitely make a change.
Wow, that's really fascinating. So talk to us a bit more about some things that you spoke about in your Elevation call and how this took place. Who are some of your guests?
Yeah, so we've had guests from people like Nisi T, Kuni Daniela, Renee Kapaku, and we're currently on Series 3, which you can see the poster behind me.
Yes.
As one of our big speakers is Jonathan Javier, and he's currently the CEO of Consulting. So he's going to come and speak on next week. But some of the things that we've spoken about have ranged from like influencing social policy, making an effect in educational spaces, and so on and so forth.
Wow. So I know one of the guests in the new series is Theo, and I know Theo works with the Youth Parliament. So what is your connection to the Youth Parliament?
Yeah, so this year actually, and starting from last year, I was part of the Youth Parliament Select Committee. And that's basically around 10 to 12 of us that sit on the committee. And there's one issue chosen by young people, which we then do social campaigns and negotiate with MPs on and hold oral sessions on. So one of those was knife crime this year. And knife crime has been a big issue to many people. And we literally just did a report on some recommendations that we'd like the government to do on changing that. So one of them was having first aid in schools. That's something that's been big on our agenda, and having and changing the narrative behind music. Some people see, and also looking at it in both ways, because some people see that music can fuel gang violence, but at the same time, sometimes the music is used for young people to express themselves. So we're just looking at issues, putting recommendations forward to the government. And we produced a report this year, and it's out there. And you can literally get it from governmental forums, from probably your youth borough, and yeah.
Wow. So how did you become interested in all of these things with politics and economics, and how did you start to aspire so much to influence others with these passions?
I think the passion to influence others has always been there, but I think year 12 gave me the platform to do so. So at the start of year 12, learning politics and economics really was an eye-opener. Like, I always watched the news, as in, I used to always see like the Tony Blairs, the David Camerons on the TV. But I think studying politics was a different thing, especially studying American politics as well, was like an eye-opener, and understanding the different factions within politics and the different avenues in which you can get to politics. And also economics as well. I feel like understanding the economy and learning about the economy really opened my eyes to the way money works and the way business works. So literally, people say that, A-levels doesn't really have anything to do with real life and all that kind of thing. But I feel like politics and economics are those 2 A-levels that really do. and they're really interesting. And I think that really kind of they started giving me those ideas on how I can change or and help people.
Wow. So you just spoken about economics, and that's something I want to get into, because at the beginning you spoke about the Black Ivy Partners. Now, please tell me a bit more about what that is.
Yeah, so the Black Ivy Partners is literally a group of 6 that we started. We call it investment club, but most people would call it an investment group. But yeah, it's literally just 6 of us, and we literally just started again during quarantine. And what we aim to do is just increase the knowledge of young people. So we do something called daily roundups, where we talk about investment news and try to summarize what's happening in the markets. Currently, we're doing a podcast as well called The Uncovering, where we bring on CEOs, managing directors, partners from big banks such as JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, to speak on and come to talk to us about some of their ventures and some of the things that they're doing, just to kind of open people's eyes to what's out there and kind of bridge the gap between big CEOs and just your normal person that's trying to get into investment banking. Essentially, what we do try to get into some investments. Obviously, we need to raise capital for that, and we're in the process of that. We're also in the process of getting sponsors. And literally, they all started from my friend Louis Boyle, and he kind of got us together and said, "Guys, let's do something around economics, finance," and that's what it's becoming.
Wow. So how do you meet all these people to create all these committees? What is the value of networking to you?
I would say 2 things. Number one is that I've always been a person that's kind of sociable, and always been a person that's always willing to speak to people, message people, call people. I mean, like, for example, during university applications and stuff, like I was calling a lot of people telling me my personal statement. During year 12 as well, when I had problems with like trying to study and stuff like that, I was always calling people to help me. And I feel like networking really boils down to you trying to connect with people on the basis whereby like they understand what value you have and you understand what value they have, and just exchanging that, having synergies between those two is very important. And one of those ways is LinkedIn. LinkedIn's been big for me. So I've met so many people through LinkedIn, messaged so many people through LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is one of those platforms whereby you can meet anybody, and most people are open up to a conversation. Most people are open up to help you. Most people are down for a call, even an interview like this. And there's so many opportunities on there as well. So I think networking is the platforms that are provided, such as LinkedIn, and then there's you being yourself as well, and you connecting with people, messaging people, and exchanging value.
Wow. See, that is really impactful, and I do agree with you. LinkedIn is a massively helpful and massively beneficial platform. And so now when you're speaking about networking, I know that you learn a lot from other people, and through your networks, you like to teach people and let people have knowledge. So what do you think the impact would be of people gaining knowledge and gaining awareness in these issues like politics and economics that are so deep and so close to your heart?
Yeah, so recently I've been constantly posting on LinkedIn, and funny enough, it actually hasn't been on anything politics or economics. It's really just been on general stuff, such as supporting people, mentoring, representation, and kind of giving a 2-sided argument to everything I do. So, for example, some people don't even believe that you should support your community, and understanding where they come from, where they say that. Some people don't believe that, representation matters. And people believe in like a homogenous society, and just understanding. And I think I try to raise awareness, educate people on 2-sided arguments, and understand that every argument is 2-sided and it's not just one angle. And that even if you have your belief, you should understand the other side as well. It's very important to understand perspective. So I would say that political and economics, apart from like the Black Ivy Partners, there hasn't really been much I've been like posting about it on LinkedIn and stuff. But that's content that I do speak on the daily roundup and stuff.
Okay, so James, before we end, I want to shoot a random question at you. Since you're so interested in politics and economics, so I'll give you a statement and you can evaluate it for me. The government's decision to end the lockdown has been premature. How do you feel about that?
I think that team is very, very subjective. Most liberals, or should I say libertarians, would have wanted lockdown to be done like weeks ago. They felt that the whole COVID-19 was fear-mongering, especially those that didn't see people affected around them. They would have wanted lockdown to end time ago. But now that lockdowns is ending, or should we say ended, I feel that it's not been done prematurely. People are still dying, there are still cases. But like we're saying, economical wise, shops need to open. People need to get back into their jobs. There've been a lot of job losses. A lot of people, like for example, in the US, recently they announced about 170,219 job cuts, and that's all due to the economic crisis. For example, in America as well, they expect to be 3.3. No, well, global tourism overall is expected to be a 3.3 trillion. Well, this is according to market research anyway. It's close to a 3.3 trillion loss in revenue for global tourism, and US are expected to be the biggest losers. So like the economy is in turmoil, essentially, but I feel like there are some winners. For example, the S&P 500 had its biggest quarter last quarter. So there are some winners and there are some losers, but essentially I feel like getting back to the stream of things, even though that people still are infected and there are still cases, I think it's a thing of where we call it a trade-off in economics, and understanding that trade-off. And I feel like the pros are better than the cons. And essentially, me personally, I don't think it's been done prematurely. In fact, I think it's been done quite smoothly. Obviously, we saw the thing of Bournemouth. I feel like that was very ignorant, I would say. People just kind of gathering together. But hopefully no one was infected. That's like literally my hope. But yeah, I don't think it's been done prematurely.
Well, before we end, I would just for the purpose of continuing this argument, I'd have to say that I disagree with you. I guess there are benefits economically. However, if you're looking at things in a grander sense, those who have benefited from lockdown ending have mainly been the elite of society, the top 1%. Do normal people benefit from lockdown ending? I'll disagree. Even if there are small business owners who do find benefit from it, I do not believe that the pros for them exceeds the pros for the whole country on a well-being level and a health level. But we will end this episode here and we can continue this discussion afterwards. But it's been fantastic having you, James. And I wish you all the best of all the projects that you're a part of. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gabriel.